Hello again to the soon-to-be, we hope soon-to-be named campaign from Dice Jailers. I am Bjorn Anders, still your DM. Don't know why I said still. Not like that's going to change. We're not going to pass that around. That'd be. I know there are games that do that. We won't do that. Maybe. But going around.
Maybe we'll do another one shot.
Ooh, that could be fun. That could be fun. I have character ideas. But going around, starting with Jordan.
Hi, I am Jordan Whidbey, and I'm playing as Kira.
Hi, I'm Nate. I'm playing Mannix.
Hi, I'm Jamie, and I'm playing Siobhan.
You're muted, though.
It's almost just tradition at this point.
Yeah, someone has to be.
Man, Tanya playing Garnet.
I'm Phoenix, and I am playing Pohaku Kahu.
And I'm Casey, and I'm playing Reba Rotgut.
Alrighty, so you all have been up in the town of Harmony Creek in the Vagabond Assemblage within the Western Realms. There was a boar rodeo, there was a tournament, and there were some revelries. After the tournament, you were approached by one of the marshals of the assemblage who wanted to hire you for some work. He had let you know that he and the local marshal had some other business that they had to be on, and that there was a local farmer who apparently was having some issues that hoped you all could help out with. Amongst the celebration, you did end up at this very large bonfire at the camp of a very jovial and loud beholder who went by the moniker Speechless. And great time was had. You went to the farmer's home, and he was ranting about a chimera, saying that it was terrorizing him and his crops, and he was wanting to set up a more permanent storefront there because it is at the tail end of the harvest. He's struggling a bit because he hasn't been able to bring in everything, and he's worried about the cold weather setting in, losing some of his precious crop, a creation of his own concoction called Hero's Wort, sort of a hybrid plant he's created. And he was hoping you all would be willing to take the job to eliminate the chimera. Through the very shrewd negotiation skills of Garnet, you were able to get a higher pay rate promised to you, as well as a little improved gear afterwards. I said he would look over what your guys had in your possessions and help you with one upgrade. As you stepped away from the farmer himself, you encountered a Elven Woman. Her hat sort of rakishly off to the side, one of her elvish ears exposed, and she very confidently explained to you what she had seen. She's wearing a singed armor, and she explained to you it was from her encounter with this chimera. But you all stand here in conversation with Sindel Trueshot and Reba and Siobhan. You had picked up that something about what Sindel had told you all, she was lying. The rest of you believe every word she says about chimeras, herself, and all encounters. But that's where we pick up as you stand here with this very, very confident elf.
That's right. So I put my eyes over at Reba,
yeah,
which can't see because glasses. Trying to see how she's reacting to what was just said.
Reba has a big, just scowl on her face, and she steps forward to engage with Sindel here. Just says, look, I don't have time for fucking around with this. You are clearly hiding something from us, and if what you're hiding gets any one of us hurt, you will be feeling that sort of pain tenfold. So why don't you come clean about how that fight really went? And I'd like to try and intimidate.
Yeah, make an intimidation check.
Thank you. I'm not as good at those as I thought I was. Oh well. But that is a unnatural 20.
You watch as she's just kind of taken aback, and she takes a hand-rolled cigarette from behind her ear, extends it towards you, just sort of as a...
I take it.
Okay. And
Got a
she-
light?
Yeah, she does. She has a... she basically has some matches. She strikes one, lights it up for you. As you inhale, you can feel your senses momentarily enhanced. You just have a greater sense of perception of things around you. She kind of smirks. Hero's Ward. I like your style. You don't fuck around. All right, fine. So maybe I didn't so much tangle with the Chimera directly. Maybe I'm trying to just build the reputation of myself and my group a little bit more. Truth is, I did see it. Just singed up my armor a bit to look like I dealt with it. But I do know some things about chimeras, and that's no bullshit, okay? How much do you know about it?
I'm pretty sure I rolled an Arcana check for that one, and I'm pretty sure it did not come back well. So, not a. I've got some gaps in my knowledge there.
All right, well, here's what I can tell you. They've all got 3 heads. One looks kind of like a goat's, one's like a lion's, and one, this is the one you got to watch out for, it's got the head of a dragon. These things have been known to breathe fire. Now, I don't know when these started becoming a little more prevalent around here. I'm wondering if those monster hunters to the west might have scared a bunch of them out of their territory. But huzzah for us, now they're bothering the farmers. Oh, and they can fly. So if you're hunting one, don't forget to look up.
And just to be clear, because you didn't actually tangle with it, you singed your own armor. Reputation is everything, but you might want to learn to put your money where your mouth is. But you are absolutely sure you saw it, and it was a chimera. You're not just doing some fancy guesswork here.
It flew. It had 3 heads, goat, dragon, lion. I'm not saying I'm an expert in all creatures, but I know a fucking chimera when I see one. I also am smart enough to know not to tangle with one. They're dangerous, but you all seem capable, I'm sure. There's a lot of you. Points over at Bancroft. He's really big, so you got that going for you, I guess.
Hey, kid. I get that you want to stay out of trouble, and that's an admirable thing. But if you're gonna build a reputation as an adventurer, you don't want to build it on nothing. Now, you're right. We got some big, strong guys here. We're probably a bit better equipped to handle this fucker than you were. Do you want the opportunity to actually have, I don't know, some marks on that armor, that shiny, shiny armor of yours?
Normally, I would say yes to something like this, but I already told Ben I'm not taking this gig fighting this fucking chimera. I told him I'd keep the field safe, which me and the rest of the low elves plan to do. Hopefully, it doesn't show up in the field itself and you don't have to deal with it, but you guys focus on hunting this thing down. We'll watch the field. If it shows up, I don't know, listen to the sounds of screams or something.
Great system.
I could do something to help you out, though. Are you familiar with Chimera's Bane? And anyone who's listening can do a nature or arcana check on this.
That is a natural 2023 on Arcana.
All right. DC's 15.
19 nature.
So those who get a 15 and above, you, Kira, have actually heard of this concoction. Below a 20, you haven't heard it. Between a 15 and a 20, you haven't heard of the concoction itself, but you have heard of different sort of herbal concoctions that are made that can either attract or repel various beasts. So this seems reasonable. And she takes a small piece of parchment. She pulls one of the arrows out of her quiver and scrapes some of the soot off of her armor, and she starts scrawling. And she hands it over to you, Reba, saying, "This here will be what you need to stand a better chance against this thing." And when you read over it, it says, "Chimera's Bane. You want to mix 2 lizard eyes, 8 dragonfly wings, with 1 handful each of sage blossom, wizard's breath, and muckroot. You muddle to a mash, and then you combine with 2 pints of goblin knot. Stir over heat for 4 to 6 hours until well combined, and you want to let it cool before applying it. And this will, if made properly, help against a chimera attack. The idea that it would have a harder time approaching you if you had this on your body. And don't worry, I have the recipe here if you need a refresher. But she hands it to you, says, "You can probably find most of these ingredients in town. I know the Fated Scroll, they usually keep most of these things around. Check with them. Good luck. If you can take this beast down, I mean, huzzah to you, but I'm not dealing with it. You wanted the truth out of me? Here's the fucking truth. I'm scared of a chimera. Y'all be wise enough to be scared of it, but that's not my problem."
Knowing one's limits is not unreasonable.
See, I like him.
Well,
I appreciate the recipe.
There is a in between of sorts between completely not being with us and being right there on the front lines. And I look at the bow that she's got, and you seem like you're a capable shot from a distance. If we lead it into a trap within eyeshot of you, you can take some pot shots and give us some backup.
Well, think about it. I've got a job right now protecting the field. So I'm supposed to make sure nothing comes along. That could be anything from a chimera to, I don't know, maybe a deer rolling through thinking it's going to munch on some crops as a little snack. I got to keep an eye on things while the hero's ward is harvested. So me and the low elves, we got work. Like I said, we turned down the chimera job. You guys took it. Good luck. Hope you get paid. Yeah. If you need us, like I said, my name, Sindil Trueshot, leader of the Low Elves. I'm sure you've heard of us. And anyone who wants to can roll a history check. Reba and Siobhan can roll it with advantage because you're locals.
Not 20.
18.
18. Pohaku, you actually have heard of the Low Elves, even being from as far away as you are. Word of adventure groups gets out. What you know of them is that they are fairly young and enthusiastic, but haven't made any significant name for themselves outside of their enthusiasm. Siobhan, you've heard the True Shot name. Like the True Shot family is renowned for their skill with a bow. It's not just a fancy moniker. As far as you know, all of them have very much lived up to their name, except Sindel. She's, I don't know if there's such thing as a late bloomer in terms of being an archer, but her and the Low Elves have tried to build a bit of a reputation, and they've had some jobs go badly for them. You think there's definitely some hurt pride, but they've also been known to be a little deceptive sometimes, as you've learned. They did also, as you know, add a new member to their ranks, which is very odd, as traditionally it's a group of all elven women who make up the low elves. They've started traveling with a human male, a bard by the name of Preet Slidefoot. And there are two things you've heard about this individual. He's not very good, and he's annoyingly handsome. And by that, I mean he's pretty and he knows it. But yeah, like you've heard of the low elves. They're very much sort of an island and misfit toys group.
What was the dude's name?
Preet Slidefoot.
So as Kira is having this conversation, Pohaku kind of looks over to him, shrugs his shoulders. She's made it clear they're not able to do this. There's no shame in cowardice. It is important to know one's limits. Come on, we can take care of this ourselves.
Okay, I used to like him.
I had
I just
one more
got
idea.
beverage in my signs.
You
Where
mentioned
beverages go.
you mentioned deer coming through the fields. I don't suppose you have a fresh carcass on hand that we could use to bait a trap.
No, but I mean, you'll find all manner of creature in the woods to the west.
Oh yeah, of course. I was just wondering if you already had one to make things simpler.
No, I'm not a hunter. Adventure. Plus, if I hunt anything, like we're an adventuring group. We're got hungry bellies. You gotta keep yourself fed so you're strong and ready to go. And stuff.
Quite the adventure patrolling for deer eating fields.
Mm-hmm.
I appreciate that.
This guy is moving further and further down my list of people I like. He points back at Reba. I still like you.
And I appreciate your help. I get it. And the recipe's gonna go along. Thank you for coming clean. Keep the field safe. Honestly, I just would have liked to see you in action.
Yeah, well, maybe one day, all right? Just don't get yourself killed. Maybe I'll buy you a drink.
I'll make sure to stay alive to take you up on that.
Oh, Zaw to you. Good luck. You're going to need it.
Yeah, I'm gonna turn to the rest of the group. So it sounds like maybe we should go to the Fated Scroll before we take on anything. I'd really like to get some of that Chimera's Bane.
Absolutely.
Seems like she needs it, not us.
Hmm?
Why would we scare off the thing we're trying to fight?
You didn't get the sense that Chimera's Bane would scare it off, more that it would be protective and helpful if combat did happen.
Oh, I misunderstood.
How long did when she was giving us the recipe? There was a brewing time on it. How long was it?
Yeah, 4 to 6 hours.
4 to 6 hours.
I'd say we at least should brew up enough to put on Garnet with all of your with all the fighting that's going to go on. I think it'll be most helpful to keep you protected.
I agree.
Yes, you should protect me.
I turn to the magic boys. So how does it work then?
I mean, I've never made it myself, but have I read it in the book?
Yeah, you would
I want to
know
watch
that-
him. I'm gonna see how it goes. Let him do it.
Yeah,
I'm more of a supervisor.
you would know that for this, it can be used a couple different ways. Oftentimes, it's used as like a bit of a salve, putting some of it on your skin, and it can help protect you against a chimera's flames, meaning it would give you a bonus to your saving throw if applied. It also could help increase the efficacy of your armor class against a chimera's attacks. You could also apply it to your weapons, which it would give you a to hit bonus against a chimera. That's just sort of how these magical concoctions work.
I've never used it myself, but I've read through some books, and if you put it on your skin, the chimera's fire is less effective. You put it on your armor, and the chimera is less likely to want to bite you. And if you put it on your weapon, it's a bit of a poison to it.
Well, Kira, make sure you put some on your backside. Save your arse.
Of course.
Does it seem like any of those ingredients, especially the more herbal ingredients, would be growing around in these farmers' fields or anything?
Make a nature check.
Will do. That's also not good.
Let's say you forgot you're not Furby.
That's a 4. I missed my druid.
That's a 17 if Pohaku can join on that.
Absolutely. So Reba, you're just going like, man, I don't some of these things like I got to get the breath of a wizard and like I don't know anything about any blossoms and
It's just all green.
yeah. Pohaku, you kind of look at some of these ingredients. You're looking at just the vegetation around here. You're going, oh, sage blossom. Yeah, that's practically a weed. You could find that all over the fields around here. One of the ingredients, muckroot, you've never heard of that. You've heard of milkroot, and you know that milkroot grows along the banks of the river just to the north of here, as it grows in kind of like mucky land. But yeah, muckroot you've not heard of. The rest of them, lizard eyes and dragonfly wings don't really grow as plants. Strangely, if you were to catch said creatures, you could get them. And then as far as wizard's breath, you're not quite sure what that is. You guess it's probably a different name for a plant. You know it's a mixture of some things. You've heard of it as far as like a material component to certain spells, but you don't know what it grows from.
I don't think I can just breathe and call it a day.
You can try.
Okay.
I mean, gathering the ingredients would definitely be the most frugal option, but for the sake of time, and we've still got to brew it and whatnot.
The sage blossom we can find all over. I'm sure we can find some on the way back.
All right.
Let's just gather while we go to Faded Scroll then. And on our way to the Faded Scroll, I would like to keep my eyes open the entire time for any lizards or dragonflies. And if I see one, I will pounce.
Awesome.
Yeah, I
Make
will have Umbani also hop off my shoulder and hunt.
Give me percentiles.
Excellent.
With third episode or so, and here we are pulling the wings off of flies.
Assist.
Yep. That's a 34.
No, you don't happen to see any on the way. Doesn't take you long to get to the Faded Scroll. The Sage Blossom, you guys find that as you're walking along. Pohaku, you pick a few handfuls of that just to make sure you have enough. The recipe called for one handful, but you've got 2 or 3 worth, so you're fine on that ingredient. Doesn't take long. You come across this small shop, the Faded Scroll, and the proprietress, Siobhan. You would know the name of her. Magic shops are not super common in the assemblage, so families that do business names get around. It's a half-elf woman by the name of Kithra Versk, and she sees you all approach. Welcome. Good day to you all. What can I assist you with?
Well, if no one else is going to say it, we have a few herbs and spices that we're trying to buy.
Oh, yes, of course, of course. Do you have do you wish to list the names? Do you have a list?
I definitely remember all of the
We
things.
need a mucky. We need a mucky root. We need
Goblin nuts.
I'll just hand her
goblin nut.
the-
Yeah, just give her the list.
Thank you. This will be quite helpful. And she looks it over. It's like, well, lizard's eyes. We got plenty. This would be 1 silver apiece. Dragonfly wings. 4 copper each. Should be 13. We'll call it 3 silver. It'd be good for the 8 of those. Receive crushed off the sage blossom. I take it you found that. It grows all over. Oh, good. I would never charge anybody for that. It's so plentiful. Wizard's breath. I just got some in. 1 silver for that. So let's see here. 2, 8, 11 silver. So 11 silver. I can get you all of that. Your last 2 items, I'm afraid. Goblin knot. I don't. Is that a K or an S? Could be goblin snot. I know oftentimes the mucus of goblins can be used as a binding ingredient. Just it's quite viscous.
Ew.
I wonder if that's what was meant here. Which of you wrote this list?
A friend of ours. Is there anything else it could be? A goblin knot. Are they known for tying things?
No,
Shoelaces?
I-
Shoelaces?
Goblin snot seems quite likely. Goblin snot, bugbear boogies. These are things that are used as a nice.
But that's not what she wrote.
Well, that K could be an S. This is messy handwriting.
Is it as messy as to confuse?
Yeah, I mean, she was scrawling with an arrowhead using soot off of her own armor.
When you read the list aloud, were you reading it as her?
No, I was reading it as that's
Okay.
what she was writing.
Okay.
Is there any kind of check that I could do to see if, because I'm familiar with Chimera's Bane?
You call it Arcana.
That's not good. I don't know.
No,
Nope.
you don't know. It doesn't seem implausible to you, but you don't know 100%. And the other thing that she says, looking at this, I've not heard of this root, this muck root. I've heard of milk root. Milk root grows a little to the north here on the riverbanks.
As I recall, it tends to grow in muck.
Yeah,
I wonder if perhaps Sindel is as bright as she is courageous. I wonder if that might be the problem.
it might be slang. Entirely possible.
Would just be a regional dialect.
Right, like lightning bolt, firefly.
Precisely. It seems plausible. I know milk root is often used in concoctions.
Right.
I just pull out 3 gold and like set it on the nearest counter, and let's just go off of whatever you think it actually is in your professional opinion.
Oh,
I've got a question for you right quick.
yes.
We're trying to make Chimera's Bane, is what we're going for. Is this something you're familiar with?
I know of salves dealing with griffins, and no, I've never heard of one for a chimera, but it seems reasonable. It's an interesting concoction.
Worth a shot. See if you were familiar with what we're trying to make.
See, unfortunately, the milk root and goblin snot is not something I keep handy, I'm afraid.
Can't see that.
Nor do I have any.
This is literal goblin snot we're talking about. We're talking about little green fellas bogies.
Correct.
Splendid.
That is my best guess as to what is used for this. Milk root and fresh out, I'm afraid. It's a little scary.
Could we have one of those little buggers blow their nose into a hanky?
You could.
Kira, get on it.
Can do. And I leave the 3 gold sitting there on the counter, and I walk out of the shop.
And what are you doing as you leave the shop?
I'm looking around for any goblins.
Make an investigation check.
Yep. Yep. The investigation, that is, so close. So 19 plus, that's
Jeez.
a dirty 20.
Dirty 20. It'll take long. You see the 2 goblins are kind of standing outside a smithy's shop, very having a very enthusiastic conversation with each other. But yeah, they're not far away. I mean, you see some other goblins walking about here, but those are the 2 closest to you.
All right. I walk up and just, excuse me, I'm sorry for the trouble. I have an odd request.
What might that be?
So, trying to make some magic things, a little bit of a
Okay.
potion, if you will, and one of the ingredients.
I'm not a magician, my friend.
No, I am.
Oh, good.
But you make an ingredient that I need, and I rifle through my backpack and grab like a goblet or something from the night before.
Are you familiar with my? I mean, I make it's what we put it. You see,
It's-
bread. I'm a baker by trade.
Actually, I would also love to buy some bread. I didn't know you were a baker by trade, but I do love bread.
Yes.
But it's,
I do have some fresh sourdough.
I just have to straight out say it. I need your snot if you can blow your nose into this cup.
Make a persuasion check with disadvantage.
Persuasion. I'm kind of good at that. No, I'm not. It's a 7.
No. That's disgusting. I'm not blowing
right.
anything anywhere.
You're right. It is disgusting, but it's necessary, unfortunately.
I rescind my offer on the bread. Good day. And I'm going to turn and walk away.
Oh, I didn't want to have to do this. Oh. As he turns, I'm just going to clamp my hand down on his shoulder.
Okay.
And I don't like this any more than you do, but you are giving me that snot. And I'd like to intimidate.
Make an intimidation check. It's going to be also with disadvantage because
this is an absurd thing to be threatening. Yes.
Yeah, and you also failed the persuasion. So
Yeah. Let's see. So
He's flying solo on this, correct?
sure is
that's a +6, so 21.
21. This goblin kind of freezes up, and the other one he's with. So, look, I don't like it any more than you do, but just cooperate with the brute here, and sure, you'll go away if we just. You're a foul creature, and as long as you go away, I'll suppose I'll acquiesce. Yes.
I take my hand off of his shoulder and hold it up and just generate a little shard of ice, and just, if you do it without the insult. And then in my other hand, I hold out the goblet.
And each one of them will just each side you get some good size goblin snot rockets in this thing. It's viscous. That's as far as I'll describe it.
Yep,
Thanks.
It's not necessary.
Yeah,
Do you have
thank
a
you.
goblin?
Thank you for your cooperation. And I turn on my heel and walk back.
You have a goblet of goblin snot.
This is the weirdest thing.
You give 3 gold to a shopkeep, And then you shake down some poor goblins on the road for their snot.
You know, if they would have just said yes when I asked.
We don't know this.
No,
I would have a
no,
lot to fucking say.
none of you have any clue. He
We don't know
went
this.
by himself, and none of you said you were following. So,
Yep. Yep.
So
No, I'm picking up whatever the materials are off of when the proprietress comes back with them.
Yep, and she does. And so, like I said, it would cost you 11 silver for the wizard's breath, the dragonfly wings, and the lizard eyes. The sage blossom, you guys already have that. The milk root, which you assume this muck root might be, is the only other thing you're missing. Kira, as you're walking back, go ahead and make either a nature or arcana check for me.
How much? So we've got I think we said like 2-3 handfuls of the sage blossom.
Yeah.
About how much? I mean, is this enough for 2 doses, 5 doses?
The recipe didn't say how many doses it would yield. Just judging by how much is here, depending on how you apply it, there could be enough to go around to a couple different individuals. What'd you get for your roll there, Kira?
That is a dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Something sets into you as you're walking back with this goblet.
Is it shame?
No,
We can. I didn't think so.
no, none at all.
Well, it might be a different kind of shame because here's what sets in. You quickly realize mucus isn't something that stays liquidy forever.
Yeah.
It hardens. And so it quickly sets in. You don't know that what you have in this goblet is going to stay at the consistency long enough because you know you're still missing at least one ingredient. So it sets in. You may have just shaken these 2 goblets down for nothing.
No, Kira totally recognizes that,
Okay.
but he's following orders.
Well, there you have that. You'll return to the shop, and yeah, you guys have those ingredients. If you want to, you have, I would say, 3 handfuls of the sage blossom. You can obviously pick more. It'll cost you another 11 gold per amount of ingredients
11
you
gold?
want. Not 11 silver, I'm sorry. Yes, we're just throwing that 10 times the price. 11 silver per extra round of ingredients. Again, you don't know what the yield is on this stuff. And you're also not exactly sure how much you would use. Could be a little bit goes a long way. Could be that you have to go like full predator with this, like Arnie in the mud. Not quite sure. Your guess, Kira, is probably not too much is needed, particularly if you're using it on weaponry.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but the milk root / muck root is the big question mark right now.
And if it is what we think it is, should be able to find some by the river.
Yeah, like I said, you know it would be pretty scarce this time of year. It grows in the warmest months, but it's not so cold that you think it would have all died out. Is it impossible to find? No, it just might be a little tricky.
Seems like we should make some. Seems like we should make some extra.
Right, I guess. Air on the side of too much.
Mm-hmm.
We can always give it to that wee lion feather.
True.
I mean, sell it, obviously, because she's a lying piece of shite.
So you want to pay another 11 silver for double ingredients?
I'll pay 22 silver for that.
Okay. So you guys have 2 yields of
Should be
it.
3.
3. Oh, so you're buying 2 for yourself. So 3 total. Excellent.
Yeah.
So he overpaid for the first batch.
No,
Is it 3 gold?
3 gold.
that was something I think Kira was trying to buy information / just get ingredients. And if Kira paid that, Kira paid.
Yeah, no, Kira's putting the money down for whatever y'all needed to use it for.
Truly
because I had a
insane
job
amount.
to
Like
do.
Reba fully checks to does the shopkeeper clock that money? Yeah. There's no, she can't just like,
I mean, no, the shopkeeper noticed the money, understood what Kira was doing, and wasn't going to turn down coin.
yeah, no, that's fair. Oh man. Oh, that's so
Um,
much more than it had to be.
And Kira, you've got about a pint worth of boogies.
Gross.
Goblins, when you see the head shape, they have very large sinuses. You need 2 pints per concoction. So if you're going to make 3 batches worth, you still need 5 more pints.
That is horrifying. I'm just saying, that is horrifying.
I really wish we could stop talking about goblin boogies.
It's, you know,
If I know that I need more,
Yeah.
I'll finish bringing the one that I've got back to Manix,
okay.
Go to the bakery.
and then
No.
I'll tell people about things
It's
when
not
I
enough.
get when I finish.
We're gonna need
getting them.
more.
So
We're gonna have
are
to
you
go get more.
going to attempt to get the other pint right now?
Not right now.
Okay.
This is what I was able to get. There were 2 very cooperative goblins.
Well, couldn't have been that cooperative. We only got 1 pint.
Make a deception check.
Okay. That's a +6. That's a 17.
17. Okay. Anybody who wants to do a contested insight may, if you think you have reason to doubt.
Yes.
Okay.
I don't trust anything this guy says, and I got a dirty 20.
Also got a dirty 20.
Okay. Both of you don't think the goblins were that cooperative, but clearly he's got the boogies. So
I hate empire brats. Okay. Well,
Now,
Were there any more goblins around?
there weren't.
Were them the only 2 you could find?
The others, I mean, they were off doing things for their day. These 2 were stopped. I can find more, but it did occur to me as I was on my way back that you asked me to get this, and it might have been a bit premature. We might want to gather this last.
and we might want to do it in a way that's not just throwing our weight around on poor citizens on the street, but let's get
Why?
to the beginning
Why
of
would
this.
we not want to do that? That sounds like fun.
Yeah, it sounds really fun. It sounds really fun to all those empire nobles who are used to being rich and powerful and not having anyone stand up to them. Isn't it so fun to be so much better than everyone around you? It's super fun.
You
I
get
tend to
it.
garnet.
Marvelous. Look, finally we see eye to eye on something. Marvelous.
Your perception is absolutely astounding. Let's
Thank you.
make this potion so I have an excuse to smear you in goblin snot.
Oh, I intend to have no earthly desire to be anywhere near combat, so you definitely don't want to waste any of the Chimera's bane on me.
Oh no, we really want to keep someone as special and important and better than everyone else like you safe.
It would be
I have plenty of
necessary-
means to do so.
It would
we
be
definitely wanna
necessary
make sure
protect
that
you from the
nobody gets
flames.
poisoned. Hey, flames only go so far. I intend to be well outside of that range.
Do
But
we have
thank you
anything-
for your concern. Bless your little heart.
Hey, Garnet, shall we head on up the mountain?
That's where the milk muck root is.
I feel like I can. These people all seem very good at talking. I think I'd rather go hit something.
Okay.
It seems to behoove us to put him covered into stuff. Keep him safe.
River
So what
that
he
is
did with that
right
sand.
that was right at the opening of the town of Harmony Creek, runs northward towards the coastline, and that's the river you were told that this route oftentimes grows on. There's also a small river a little bit to the west you could get to, and that's more into the woods where you think you might encounter this creature if it's anywhere to be. So the one nearest you is probably the safer river to explore. It is known that the lands a bit north of Harmony Creek, it's not uncommon for there to be roving animals or like bandit groups, or sometimes just adventuring groups out there. So yeah, you never know who or what you'll run across.
Yeah, I'll start, and if Garnet is following, cool. But yeah, so I think Garnet and I are going to start heading in that direction, and I'm just going to start, like, I'm going to leave as everyone is debating ethics and just start looking for milk root.
And Garnet will make sure she has at least the 2 sets of components that she purchased, and not leaving those behind.
Cool. Are the rest of you following these two?
Would Mannix clock that the goblin material is not likely to stay in its current state for long?
Are you proficient in Arcana or Nature?
No.
Then just roll a d20 and add your intelligence modifier.
That's a nat 20.
Yes. You like this would actually clock to you. We were like, oh, wait a minute. Any sort of liquid is going to dry out over time. Like that's just how it is. Be it like water will evaporate.
What kind of receptacle is it in? Or what's it like? What's it made out of?
What's your goblet made out of?
Probably wood. It was just one that I grabbed
Okay.
from the bonfire last night.
Got it. Hey, Kira, make sure you're swirling that goblet. Don't let it get still. We don't want our material to go bad, and then we need more than 2 more pints.
As you wish. And I swirl it.
I don't know if Siobhan's smart enough to figure this out.
Figure what out?
But it's driving Jamie crazy. Perhaps you could buy a vial with a stopper or a flask of some sort.
Oh, we do sell flasks, yes.
Oh, that would be lovely. That would make this much easier.
How much do you need it to hold?
I mean,
Not that
we're
much.
going to be gathering more, so I'd say at least 5 pints worth of flask holding space.
Oh goodness.
Yeah.
I tell you what. I can give you 3 flasks. Each would hold approximately a liter. Tempered glass. Cost you 2 gold each.
Can do.
Okay. So you have 3 1-liter flasks.
All right.
Alternatively, we could save the money and just put it back up your nose, keep it in its natural habitat.
Well, seeing as I'm not a goblin, I don't think that'll help.
One way to find out.
I can't believe we are gathering materials to harvest 3/4 of a gallon of this material.
Yeah, yes, this is absurd.
Let's get the muck root.
Welcome to Dungeons and Dragons.
Gross.
Have you met us?
And I
man.
transfer
Oh, man.
what I've got
It's been
into one of the flasks.
3 years.
I will just say I will take no blame for this ingredient, as this is not a concoction of my creation. So I will take no blame. This is not my fault. This one's not my fault.
Isn't it?
Nope, it is not. You can blame me for the flesh fields from campaign 1 and how disgusting they were. That was on me. This one, I take no responsibility.
It just showed up in the story on its own, completely unprompted.
It was part of the.
It's really tricky, these potions that just write themselves in.
Part of the adventure that I poached some stuff from, and
And you could leave it behind.
I couldn't. Hell no.
Yeah.
Totally could have left it behind.
It's in the contract. If you're going to use
Absolutely
this
could not have left this behind. This is clearly key.
With that said, as you all adventure northward, I would like somebody give me a D20 roll.
Got it. 17.
17. It's a fairly clear day, and as you head northward, with all the goings on of the day, it's gotten on into early to mid afternoon, and you can see up ahead on the riverbank a collection of individuals. You can see remnants of a bonfire, and they're camped out right on the edge of the river. They seem to be raucously laughing, enjoying themselves. And to let's see, Pohaku, you would know enough about nature. You're familiar with what milkroot is, and they seem to be at crops, not the right word because they didn't cultivate it, but near a growth of it, and they just are quite happily snacking on it as you all approach.
Sorry, what was snacking on it?
This group of individuals.
Oh,
it's edible.
I'm gonna. So, is the whole group back together again for this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's just gonna point out. Oh, there's the milk root.
They eating it?
Yes.
Bloody hell.
And you see there are 6 individuals there. One appears to be an orc. You do see 2 goblins and 3 humans.
Oh
Okay.
no. Oh no.
Like,
Yeah, there's more goblins over there.
I'm gonna,
Stroke of luck, you what?
I'm gonna put my hand on Garnet's shoulder and say, perhaps you'll do the negotiating, and I'll try to stop the Empire effects from getting us killed.
Sure. Garnet will just kind of skip ahead of the group and wave so that she's like super non-threatening to her new friends. Hello.
As she goes up, if I hear Siobhan telling her to take the lead, Pohaku is, that's a great idea. She's very good at speaking, and he's going to reach out and cast Eagle Splendor on her. And you now have advantage on charisma checks.
And the largest of these individuals, this orc, has got a spear resting against one shoulder. The fuck do you want?
Well, we came for the milk root? Muck root? What do you all call it?
Both. I mean, they call it milk root, but it grows in the muck. So, yeah.
Yeah.
I
You're
guess.
eating it.
Yeah.
Is it like the best thing ever?
No, but it'll do. You said you came for some of this stuff?
Yeah, we need it for a spell or some sort of like thing that we slather on ourselves. Or
Man.
it sounds gross, honestly.
Yeah, you know what? That sounds like that really sucks. Do you know why?
Why?
You can fuck off because this is mine. Well, it's ours, the 6 of us. And this is our food today. And I don't give a shit what you want.
Tell them the really gross part.
Be quiet back there. So,
Oh,
what if I gave you some food so you didn't have to eat this shit?
Oh, what if, I don't know, you gave us, say, 100 gold and you could have it? How about that?
100 gold
Yeah.
for a weed that you found next to the river?
Sounds like you need it.
Not that bad.
Oh, well.
Fine, you eat it. You can have the runs all day long for the next 3 days because my friends back there are going to hex it and you.
He stands up. You threatening me?
Oh,
No, I'm just telling you the truth and I'm saying I'm real sorry. So why don't you have this bacon and jerky and dried fruit that I have, which is way better than the weed alongside of the river.
You all, yeah, you do have some stuff on you, don't you?
Oh, good. Your eyes work.
Bet you got some money too.
Oh, you're one
Fucking
of them.
shitloads of it.
Uh,
I'm gonna, as an aside to Kira, be like, your master's a fucking idiot. Is there any way you can get him to shut up?
And I'm gonna lean almost uncomfortably close to make sure that Manix does not hear any of this. You know, oh yeah, I know he's a complete asshole, but there is really nothing to be done about it. Nobles are nobles, and the nobility are fucking garbage.
We may be garbage, but you know.
you did not. Well, make a perception check. We'll see if you heard this.
Can I use my telepathy?
No, because you wouldn't have known he was leaning in to say something about you.
At 20.
No! It's like, come on, you're busy chirping at the bad guy.
That's a good point. Let's make this with disadvantage. You were chirping.
Said perception?
Yeah.
16.
16. Not quite enough. Like you're chirping. He's leaning in real quiet. Like I'm gonna say you didn't hear it.
Fair enough.
But this orc, so then as he glances over all of you, looks to you, Garnet. I've got a counter offer for you. You can leave your money and your weapons, and I'll give you half of the route and let you leave with your fucking lives. Or we can just take it.
Garnet's gonna say, "Hey, Pohaku, look alive and show him who's the champion of the tourney from yesterday." And she's just gonna pull out her daggers and say, "You want to try again?"
I would like you all to roll for initiative.
Oh, fuck. I blame myself. It looked like she had sense.
I also
Oh.
blame you, but that's okay.
Alrighty. 25 to 20. Alrighty. 20 to 15.
17.
Ooh.
Also
19?
19. Also 19.
Yeah.
So
Let's
Haku with a
go.
19. Hero with a 19. Reba, you said 17? 15 to 10. 10 to 5.
8.
Also 8.
Alrighty. Would you get, darn it?
6.
Okay.
Oh
Toyo.
no.
No, you're the road.
She's just letting us get in position first. It's fine.
Right.
So
Tactical.
these individuals all jump up ready for combat. One of which is one of the goblins will pull out this short bow and overheard something about Pohaku being a champion. So he's going to fire his short bow at you, Pohaku. That is a 21 to hit.
21 hits.
Okay. So you can take 3 points of piercing damage as this arrow just wings across your shoulder. Up next is Pohaku.
Okay. Well, it doesn't look like I'm going to need to keep concentrating on the charisma check any longer. So burn that. He is going to here. Let's see. Double check on this. It's a bonus action to start. Okay. He is going to. How far away are they?
From you, they're probably about 20-ish feet. Actually, I'd say 15, 20 feet from you because you wouldn't have been too far behind Garnet. You made it clear you were backing her up.
Yep. Okay. Well, I will as a so starting off, I will as a bonus action. He just kind of throws his head back, kind of screams up to the sky, and begins Blaine's Hog.
Alrighty.
Oh.
And then he is going to go ahead and make an attack. Where is it here? Yeah, he's going to go ahead and if the goblin is the one who shot him is within range, he's going to
is.
go for him.
All right, make an attack roll.
So this will be obsidian shards,
Okay.
and this is all right. Oh, not great. That is a 14 to hit.
14 just misses as this goblin's able to get its shield up, and your attack just glances off of this leather shield that's got on one of its arms.
And I'm just going to look over to him, and that was my friend you're threatening. That wasn't a good idea.
Alrighty, with your turn coming complete, Kira, it is your turn. Reba, you're on deck.
All right, gonna twist my ring and use my action to cast Mage Armor.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna look to Siobhan. I didn't start it. And I'm going to walk up. Is there a way in my maneuvering that I can catch a number of them in a 30-foot cone without catching Pohaku?
You could probably catch 2 of them.
Okay, worth it. I'll burn a couple sorcery points and to quicken Rhyme's Blinding Ice. So whoever I can catch in that 30-foot cone.
You did cast a spell, so you would only be able to cast a cantrip.
Oh, you're right. Mage Armor is still a first level spell.
Yeah.
Never mind then. Then I'm just going to. Then I'm just gonna Ray of Frost at the big guy.
Well, you would need it to be a bonus action spell because your action was.
Oh,
no,
right.
you could. Yeah, it's like you could spend a sorcery point to quicken spell to bonus action Ray of Frost.
Yeah,
if you
you're
want
right.
to.
Then I'm not gonna bother. That's just gonna be it.
Okay, Reba, you are up.
Does the orc look like generally the leader of this group?
Without question.
Great. I'm going to try and sort of catch his eye. I'm going to cast Command.
Oh, what's the save on that?
That's going to be a Wisdom 13.
Team. That is a dirty 20.
All right. I think that's all I can do.
Alrighty. So after that, it is one of their turns. One of the humans will see this and pulls a dagger out of his boot. Takes a look over, seeing you do that, Reba. It's going. Don't think we like too much of your type there. He'll throw a dagger at you. That is, that will probably miss. 14 hit.
14 does hit.
Alrighty, so go ahead and take, as this dagger hits you in the shoulder, 6 points of piercing damage.
All right.
And will use, it can use the help action as a bonus action. And so it's going to bonus action help the other goblin. After its turn, you notice one of the humans was wearing sort of this very long cloak, and you watch as you realize this is a spellcaster, and it is going to let's try and attempt to cast a spell on Pohaku. I would like you to make a wisdom saving throw, please. This is
Okay.
DC 13.
And I have advantage against spells.
Yep.
So, all right.
Nice.
20.
Okay, so yeah, this human, as he reaches out, and this magic starts to enswirl you. It's like, oh, I think you want to join us, but it does not seep into your mind. It is the other goblin's turn. Because of the help action, gets to attack with advantage, and is going to attack you, Pohaku.
I'm going to use my reaction to restore balance and take away that advantage.
And what does your restore balance look like in this moment?
I think it's just a you see a little bit of frost, gleam from my eyes almost to his.
Perfect. And as you do that, you actually you can kind of see how frost appears on this goblin's eyebrows. You kind of wipe it away, and that'll kill the advantage. Just attacking Pohaku. Pretty sure that misses with an 11.
11 misses.
As that was just enough to give a bit of a distraction. And
Duck low and pirouette under it.
Yep.
Right.
Mannix, you are up. Siobhan, you're on deck.
His dex is better than mine.
Those are just the order that came up in here. You guys could be in the other way around if you'd like. I think you have the same decks.
That's fine.
Remind me again. So casting, I can only cast one spell because I have a multitude of cantrips and then 2 actual spells, but I can only cast one of them regardless.
You can cast a spell that has the casting time of a bonus action, but then for your action, you can only cast a cantrip.
Okay, so I can bonus spell a bonus action a spell and then cantrip.
Correct.
Okay. Remind me again how many there are there. There's 6.
Yes.
Are they arranged in such a way that I could get them all within a 15-foot cone?
Not all of them. You could probably get 3 of them. I could say you could probably get the 3 humans.
Okay. Then I am going to take my attack and I'm going to breath weapon the 3 humans.
Alrighty. What's the save on your breath weapon?
Dex 11.
Dex 11. Alrighty. Let's see here. First, I'm gonna go with this guy here. That is 8. That's a failure. Let's go with the spellcaster is okay. It's a 16, and the last one is 9. 9.
9.
Fail. And go ahead and give me some damage.
3. So
3 points.
3 points of 3 points of necrotic damage.
Alrighty. So you guys watch as Mannix steps up closer to these individuals and unleashes this necrotic breath that rages over them. You see, they are not only wounded, they're quite surprised as they were not expecting, 1, for you to approach like that, and 2, to be within a breath weapon. Alrighty, is that your turn?
And so that was my attack.
That was your action. Yes.
That was my action. Can I bonus action a spell or a cantrip?
If it has the casting time of a bonus action, yes.
Gotcha. Okay, I see where that is now. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say no. Cause no. That's my turn.
Alrighty. Siobhan, you are up. Garnet, you are on deck.
Okay, can you describe the combatants? I heard there's a half orc who's kind of in charge.
Yeah, so there's an orc who's very muscular. He's got a spear who looks very clearly in charge. 2 goblins. They seem to be equipped with short swords and short bows. There is a human with a short sword, crossbow, and some daggers. 2 humans in robes, one of which tried to cast a spell on Pohaku, and the other one you have not seen what they can do yet.
I think I'm going to perceive the orc as the biggest threat.
Mm-hmm.
So, can I get to him?
Easily.
Okay. So, as I'm rushing forward, drawing my glaive, bonus action, Rajay.
Yes.
So, you see once again all of the swirling tattoos suddenly burst forth off of her body and encircle specifically the orc. And as she's run up to him, she's like, really want to die over some weed? All right. And takes a swing with the glaive.
All right, make an attack roll.
All right. Thanks, Ed. That is 18.
18 will definitely hit. Go ahead and give me some damage.
Okay. Oh, fuck yes. 15 points.
15. Did you add your rage damage?
Yes, it's 9 plus 4 plus 2.
Perfect. Only reason I asked is back when I was playing a barbarian, I always forgot to add my rage damage. 15 points of damage. So you guys watch as Siobhan comes up goes to swing at him. He goes and tries to get his spear in the way. You cut cleanly through the shaft of the spear and draw your blade right up across his chest. Oh, definitely in pain, and tosses his spear to the ground and pulls out a battle axe that was across his back. Oh, you're gonna die for that.
One of us is.
That is your turn, Siobhan. Great damage. Garnet, you are up.
Garnet's like, well, this is fun. Okay. And she already has her daggers out, so she's going to poke him with both of them. The stupid orc. So first attack. 18 plus 6, 24.
That'll very much hit. Go ahead and give me some damage. And don't forget that sneak attack because you have an ally within 5 feet.
Oh no, wait, this is with the dagger. Okay. That is 11 plus 4, 15 points of damage.
Another 15 points of damage. So you watch as Garnet is able to just slip this dagger right between some of the plates of this orc's armor. And he yells out in pain. You can see some blood seeping out from this wound, and he's starting to breathe heavy. And you can see a little concern in his eyes right now, as perhaps he bit off more than he could chew, but that's certainly not your problem. Garnet, you can attack the other dagger as a bonus action?
I sure am.
All righty.
I am not. That is a nat one.
Nat one. The dagger, you go to swing with it. You're excited to be in combat. Your hand's a little sweaty. The dagger slips from your hand, but you reach down, you catch it by the handle before it can hit the ground. It looks very cool, but the attack goes to waste.
Fair enough.
All righty.
That is my action.
The other human, being quite concerned about what's going on here, will run over to the orc, place a hand on his shoulder, and is going to cast Cure Wounds. That will be for 10 points of healing. And it is now the orc's turn. And it's not sure between Garnet and Siobhan which one it considers the bigger. Well, actually, here's what he'll do. He is going to use his ability Voice of Command and shout at the two goblins, "Get the gnome!" And he's going to swing at you, Siobhan. That is 16 to hit.
It hits.
Alrighty, so you are going to take 10 points of slashing damage, half because you're raging. And his Voice of Command allows these creatures to instantly use their reactions to attack. These will be at disadvantage because Pohaku's up in their face, but you're going to have 2 arrows shot at you there, Garnet. Pretty sure an 11 misses. The other one, both just completely miss. And you watch as Garnet just effortlessly dodges out of the way of these 2 arrows. Brings it back to the top of the round to that first goblin who's going to swing at you, Pohaku. That is a natural 1. And so as it fires its arrow to try and hit Garnet, it goes to grab its scimitar to swing at you, but it's just having a little trouble getting the blade unsheathed. That is the goblin's turn. Pohaku, you are up. Kira, you're on deck.
So after this attack misses badly, he just grins. Well, you had your chance. And he is going to kind of throw his, kind of slam his hands down into the ground. They're going to come up with the vines on them as he is casting Yggdrasil's Rebuke. And he is going to, so that's a bonus action, and then he is going to attack. That is a 16.
16 will definitely hit. Go and give me damage.
All right, and so this is going to be, do you want all of it, or do you want me to separate piercing and
Just-
necrotic?
Give it all.
All right. 4, 7, and another 5, 12 points of damage.
As this spell releases this fury into this goblin, it doesn't even have enough time to make a sound in pain as the spell just rips through it and it drops to the ground, very, very dead.
All right.
Um,
He's just going to turn his gaze to whatever is next and close distance with it.
all right, it would be the other goblin. So Kira, you are up. Reba, you're on deck.
The spellcaster that
Huh?
just went up to the orc.
Yeah.
Would he be within movement of me?
Oh, easily. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Then now I'm gonna do. Now I'm gonna burn those sorcery points,
Alrighty.
and as a bonus action, cast a 2nd level chromatic orb of ice at the
Okay.
half orc.
Alrighty. Make an attack roll.
And that is gonna be an 18 to hit.
18 will very much hit. Go and give me that damage.
All right. It's 48. This could take a second.
Yep.
That's 18 points of cold damage.
Oh, 18. Yeah, he's very much hurting.
And then, that didn't take. All right. I'm gonna come up with my movement to the healer.
Okay.
And just look in the face. You don't want to try and heal him again. And I'll slash him with my short sword.
All right. You're slashing the healer?
Yeah.
Make an attack roll.
That is gonna be a. Show me my bonus, please. 16 to hit.
Very much hits. Go ahead and give me damage.
Okay. And that is 9 damage.
9 points of damage. As you say this, you realize you don't think this healer is going to have any real good chance of healing this orc as you slash him right across the chest, and he looks down at his chest, puts his hands to it, looks at his hand, seeing the blood, and just looks at you and collapses to the ground.
That's my turn.
Alrighty. Reba, you are up.
Hey, real
the-
quick, real quick, DM. I forgot my familiar, the owl, has been out. So right after my turn, he's going to just fly past the goblin in front of me, helping as he goes.
Okay, sounds good.
The goblin and the healer that just dropped, are they full dead or unconscious?
The goblin is dead. The healer is unconscious.
All right. And talking's a free action?
Well, it depends, as long as you can say it within 6 seconds.
Yeah, for sure. We're beating the literal snot out of you. If you leave now, I'll bring back your healer. The goblin's already down.
Make a persuasion check.
Thank you. That's a 12.
Well, all right. Do you want that to be your turn?
Do they react to it?
You don't know until it gets to their turn.
I'm going to try command again then. I'm going to abandon the damage I was going to do. I want to at least try and get them to do this. I'm going to cast command again on the orc.
Okay, what's the save on that?
13 wisdom.
It's 13 exactly.
Okay. So he saves. I can't.
He
do it.
saves. Yeah.
All right. I'll just let the offer stand out there.
Alrighty.
Is there any chance I could make an intimidation? No, that's persuade. I was offering to bring someone back. Damn.
Yeah, that's persuasion. Okay. This one of the humans here. He.
Oh, can I still use a bonus action?
Sure. What do you want to do?
I'd like to just. Nope, because that's a spell. That's not a. Nope. Never mind. I'm done.
Okay.
I'm done.
Is going to attack you, Kira. This is with the short sword. Is a dirty 20 to hit.
I will use my reaction to cast shield.
Alrighty, and so this blade coming in, you watch as Kira puts up this arcane barrier, the blade glancing off of it, and this roguish human will shout out to the orc, saying, "Mook, we fight for you," and is going to cast the help action on the. Is using the help action as a bonus action on the orc. It is now the mage's turn, who sees some of you are quite formidable. Looks at this powerful, raging barbarian, and I think that's enough of you. And I would like you to make a wisdom saving throw, Siobhan.
All right. That's okay. Wisdom. Yeah. That's in dirty 20.
Dirty 20. So you can feel this spell in your muscles. You can feel your body for a second is trying to lock up, and you just shake it off. You just your mental resolve combined with your overall physical prowess and your rage, unable for the hold person spell to take hold. That is all that the mage can do, and is Goblin B is going to, in a bit of a panic, just swing at you, Pahaku, hoping they can do something. That's cocked. Natural 2, no. Is just kind of swinging its blade at you, more in a just get back kind of way, but nothing finding any sort of purchase. Mannix, you are up. Siobhan, you are on deck.
So we have one goblin down, and then the human is unconscious.
Yeah. So the goblin, there's one goblin dead. The human healer is unconscious. There's one other goblin, 2 humans, and the half orc is still up.
Shout at the goblin, "Oi, get! We ain't trying to kill nobody else, but you stand down, or it's your ass."
You can make a persuasion or intimidation check, your choice.
Intimidation. 23.
Okay. Do you want that to be your action?
Can I make a deliberately weaker Eldritch Blast?
Not really. Your Eldritch energy is what it is, and also there's a certain level of, because you have a patron, you don't control it so
Gotcha.
much.
Okay.
So,
and then I'll Eldritch Blast the orc.
Okay, make an attack roll.
9.
That will miss. As wounded as he is, he's able to just dodge out of the way.
Can I flavor that to be a warning shot that I intentionally missed?
Shot across his bow.
Make a deception check with disadvantage.
I said across his nose, not up it.
Right? Yeah. I'm not going to say no, but
14.
14. You think you might be able to fool like a school child with it, but you don't think any of these individuals bought that was a warning shot.
My terrible shot hits the ground at his feet.
Siobhan, it is your turn. Garnet, you're on deck.
So dumb.
All right, so attack the orc again.
All righty, make an attack roll.
Whoop, hang on. I'm gonna go reckless.
Alrighty, make an attack roll with advantage.
Sweet. That's 18 plus.
18 plus. Give me damage.
Nice. Wait. 8 plus 6. 14.
14. How will this be remembered?
I hear distantly my comrades trying to talk everyone down. Well, this fucker said it was me or him, so it's going to be him. And I just took something from the spellcaster, did I know? Or he tried. Oh, right. So I shake off the hold and do a big swing around overhead and take the Vex head off.
So you watch as Siobhan, anger in her face, muscles tense, throws just this, even through her sunglasses, you could tell it's the glance of hatred over at this spellcaster who tried to hit her with this spell, then glances back at the orc, her glaive spinning quickly above her head. And as the blade comes to a stop, you heard this brief and it almost sounded like it just cut through the air. And you watch as the orc's head topples to the ground and his body follows right afterwards, dead and done. Unless you have anything else you want to do.
Is there anyone else within 10 feet?
Of you?
Yes.
Yeah. I would say that the roguish human, he's within 10 feet of you.
Okay, in that case, bonus action, I want to hit the guy with the other side, the blood side of the glaive.
I don't think you could do that because you don't have a polearm master.
You told me that I could do an extra attack as a bonus action.
You have to be wielding a light weapon in each hand to do that.
Okay. And I do nothing.
Okay. Garnet, you are up.
So you just said that that other person was within 10 feet, but is there anyone within melee 5 feet of me at this moment?
Of you? I would say that you guys are pretty close, tight in here. We're playing pretty fast and loose. The mage isn't far from you.
Okay. And is the mage engaged with anyone else?
No.
Okay. She will just look at the mage and say, well, now's your chance. You can leave because you were fighting for him, but he's dead. And I will hold my action to stab mage if our enemies don't decide to leave.
Alrighty. Brings it back to the top. It's going to be Pohaku, and then Kira, you're on deck.
Okay. There's still a goblin next to me, yeah?
Yes.
Okay. Hopefully not for long. I'm gonna go ahead and make an attack with the vines.
Alrighty.
Oh, and this should be an advantage because of my familiar.
Yep.
So that is a dirty 20 to hit.
Alrighty, give me that damage.
So that is 3 plus 6, 9.
9 points of damage. That'll be enough to drop the goblin.
All right. Is there? So let's see. Is it just the mage that's up?
The only ones left now, there is the mage and the other human. If you were to give them a class, you'd call them a rogue.
Okay. Whichever one is closer to me, I will close distance.
All right, that'd be the rogue.
All right, and then I will, with my bonus action, strike out with the sharpened tusk.
Alrighty, make an attack roll.
That is not great. 12 to hit.
12 will not hit as it just scrapes across the studded leather that they're wearing.
Okay. And then I'll send Pueo, the owl, to swing past him and help as he goes.
Alrighty. Kira, you are up.
I'm going to hold up a hand at the mage and start like kind of arcanely covering it nice. And I will hold I'll hold an action to, if he does anything threatening, it's going to be a ray of frost, and yell out, "Now nobody else needs to die. We can be done. Your choice."
Alrighty. Reba, you are up.
Does it look like that's gonna work?
Make an insight check.
Thank you. That is a nat 20 plus 5.
The mage looks like he is reconsidering all of his life choices that brought him up to this moment. The rogue, on the other hand, you see his fingers tightening around his daggers.
Fantastic. I'm gonna go ahead and let's cast Guiding Bolt on the rogue.
Alrighty, make an attack roll.
All right. That is 22.
That will hit. Go ahead and give me that damage.
All right. I rolled 2 1s, a 2, and a 3. So that's 10. That's a whole. Oh no, I don't add anything to that.
No, you don't.
Nope, I was thinking of a different spell. That's 7.
Oh, buddy.
Yeah, that's not Reba's
The
great.
guiding bolt hits this rogue square in the chest. Very, very clearly wounded. Just still standing. Just standing.
All right. Well, the next attack roll made against it has advantage.
Sure
Is
does.
there any fucking attack I can make? No, they're all spells. I just burned my spell. I don't have a bonus attack cantrip attack.
Level 3.
Yup. Yeah, this rogue ain't got a whole lot of brains. It's going to swing at you for that, Reba.
Fair enough. Go for it.
Natural 1. It goes to swing, and it's just in too much pain to do anything of efficacy. That brings it to the mage's turn, and he is going to cast a spell, but it does not look threatening at all, because you had said, Kira, if it was threatening.
Yeah.
Mage casts invisibility, and you guys can hear the sound of what is clearly someone running the fuck away. If anyone wants to try and make an opportunity attack, you can. At disadvantage, there's a chance that you'll be swinging in the wrong place altogether. But this mage has clearly had enough and is getting the fuck out of here.
God, I want to launch that shot, but I said threatening. God,
You did.
Damn it.
I'm going to throw one of my light hammers at him.
Okay, make an attack roll with disadvantage.
17, and one was a nat 20.
Wow. Okay.
Let the poor guy run.
So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to have you roll a d6, and we'll see where this hammer goes.
Oh god.
Does he have more than 3 hit points?
Yes, but
Okay.
do it anyways.
Okay.
Do it anyways.
2.
2. Okay, so it doesn't hit the mage, but Mannix, you take this light hammer and you hurl it because you watch the direction that the mage was looking at, the direction you think he would have been running, and it goes right into the rogue's head, drops to the ground, unconscious.
Amazing.
I'm rolling for damage just because I'm curious. 2.
2. That's enough. He had 1 hit point left. So
That tracks.
yeah, unless you guys are gonna go try and hunt for this mage that is running the fuck away while invisible, that takes us out of combat as
Going to immediately try to stabilize the healer.
Alrighty.
Pohaku is going to take at least one round to see if he can track this guy down.
Okay, make an investigation check. The healer just rolled a natural 20 on his death save. So
Okay.
he comes to and he's like, oh god, don't kill me.
No. You obviously healed that big guy. I try not to kill healers. You could do some good.
May I leave, please?
Get.
He will get up and I'm just getting he picks up this quarterstaff. It's just to help limp. I'm leaving. He starts to reach towards a satchel. So nope, fuck it.
As he reaches towards the satchel, I pull out another light hammer and just.
No, you're right. Fine. I'll get a new bag. Fuck it. Not worth it. And he'll start hobbling off. And he places a hand to his chest, and he'll heal himself with cure wounds. Okay. And he's walking a bit better, a bit more stable, and he will get the fuck away from there. So Pohaku, for your investigation, let's see if you find this.
13.
13. You can see where there's some shifting in the bushes. Pretty sure you've spotted him.
Yeah, I'm going to close and attack with the vines.
Alrighty. Attack rolls will be at disadvantage because he is invisible, but you are pretty sure you found him.
They're both natural 9s, so that becomes 15 to hit.
Yeah, that's enough.
All right. And as I drop the die, okay. As I launch this at him, you're threatening one of my friends. That wasn't a good decision. That is rolled really bad on it. 6 points of damage.
Alrighty. Still enough to do some damage.
And if he can make a concentration check,
the invisibility drops.
Ah!
I'm going to follow that up then with the sharpened tusk.
All right, make the attack roll.
Oh, the natural 5, 11.
Alrighty. That does not hit. But let's see here. So you swing with the tusk as it slightly misses. You watch as this mage looks like he's about to start casting a spell when all of a sudden you see an arrow pierce him in the head. He drops to the ground, and you can hear this voice from down the river. Huzzah, bitches! As you see Sindel
My
True Shot
goddamn kill.
just waving. Yeah, we did it! We did it!
Hill stealing noob.
Bitch.
The fuck are you going on about?
Pohaku will instantly turn back and make sure Garnet's okay.
I'm good.
Easy, you guys. You guys are really good.
Call over to her. I know.
Like,
Well, her eyes work.
so I'm super impressed. She's just running up enthusiastic. Okay, I'm super impressed. Like, I was following you guys a bit, but I totally keep my distance because I didn't want you to think I was like totally, watching your back to make sure nothing bad happened. But I was, and then I saw this about to go down, and I got nervous. And then the fight started, and then you guys started kicking their asses, and she looks over at Siobhan, and you didn't even like give a shit when he hit you. You just kind of like shrugged that off. And you took his head off. That was amazing. And she looks at Garnet. You are fast and incredible, and wow, like I don't even know. You. I see why you were the champion. Oh my goodness, all the stuff you're doing. Very, 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 very cool magic. I never got your name, and she's looking at you, Kira.
Oh, Kira, I forgot that we didn't do that.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, I introduced myself multiple times, but you all did, and that's cool. Like you're not obligated. You and your other fancy buddy, you guys clearly know all sorts of cool magic stuff.
I drop mage armor as this is going on.
Wow, that was awesome, and all of you. Oh, of course, my friend. She's looking at you, Reba. My friend, you just staying so collected and trying to talk them down, but being intense. Okay, you guys are badasses. Hey, how about tonight? You guys come to the Dusty Boots. First round of drinks on me. I'll
Let's
introduce
make
you
it
to the.
2 rounds.
Like I said, first round of drinks on me, and I'll introduce you to the crew. You can meet the low elves. You're an awesome group. We're an awesome group. We should totally exchange info.
Shouldn't you be guarding the fields from deer?
The rest of the elves are currently on that. Like, they're working. I can't be there all the time. And look, you guys seem really confident, and you're heading out trying to deal with Chimera. I know I gave you the recipe for the Chimera's Bane. I was like, if they go and they collect all that stuff and they go and they get killed by a Chimera, that's partially on me because I sort of gave you the info. But now that I've seen what you're capable of, I mean, you guys just might be able to handle one.
Spindrel, what do you do? Like, no, I saw that came out bad.
Seems to do a lot of this.
What do you want to do? Really?
I want to be a great adventurer. I have to live up to the True Shot name.
Okay, I've heard 2 entirely different things there.
No, live up to the True Shot name by being a great adventurer.
Okay. No, that makes sense.
Yeah.
What do you want to do?
I just told you. I want to be a great adventurer.
You told me you want to live up to the True Shot name.
Yeah, they go hand in hand.
Yeah.
Yes, family of adventurers.
Yeah.
Legendary they are.
What do you want to do if you weren't a True Shot?
I mean, I would probably want to be a True Shot. It's a pretty prestigious family around these parts.
Mm-hmm. What do you want to do if you'd never heard of True Shots?
Oh, I don't know. I guess I'd come up with something, but that's neither here nor there because I'm me and I'm going to be me and I'm going to be awesome.
Come up with something and I'll drink with you. But I want to hear it.
I'll tell you at the tavern.
All right. It's going to be 2 rounds if you don't come up with something.
I mean, all right. Yeah, we'll figure it out. Anyhow, I'll see you all at the Dusty Boots. Huzzah for this. Wow. Until tonight. And she'll saunter off back down the river.
Well, it's time to do something incredibly unpleasant. And I pull out a knife and start walking over to the goblin bodies.
Oh,
Yeah, I join.
Yeah.
Since you're joining with
Hey,
that,
good thinking there, Kira.
whichever you has the higher modifier may roll a medicine check with advantage.
That's probably going to be me.
Yeah, that's definitely
is
you.
there any way, DM, that we can yada yada past this?
I'm not going to go into a detailed description. I'm just this is just a roll for volume.
They're so grossed out.
Yep.
Well, neither of those were particularly good, but I got a 16.
16, that's fine. You have enough product to do between the 2 goblins and what you have already. You have enough product that you could make 2 full batches of Chimera's Bane, along with the milk root / muck root you found here along the bank of the river. You guys are
Fantastic.
able to harvest that.
As we are doing this deed, since it's sort of just Kira and me off by ourselves, I'm assuming the others aren't coming too close for this part.
I don't think they
Um,
would, as no one's really seemed particularly interested in dealing with the product.
I will go and collect the milk root specifically, but yeah, no.
But as Kira and I are doing this, I want to sort of turn to him and like not really stopping, not fully looking up, but just go like, that was a good move with the healer. I wasn't a big fan of your friend throwing hammers at someone's back, but I respect what you did with that healer. I was surprised.
There's anyone that can heal always can do some good for people. They should stay around.
Yeah, just don't forget that anyone that can heal can also do some pretty nasty work too. And I hold up a nose.
You're not wrong. It's just kind of an attempt to balance.
Fair enough. That's it.
And then we keep going.
Yeah.
Dealing with the product.
Yep.
Garnet's gonna make sure no pocket, satchel, anything inside of cloaks, it goes unturned.
Alrighty. Make an investigation check.
Cool. Nat 1 for 2.
Oof.
Yeah, you don't find
No.
a whole lot. And I get a round of perception checks from everyone, except Siobhan.
Yeah, I was like, she's actually going off by herself a bit. Just really doesn't watch this harvest.
Nat 20 plus 3.
Okay.
8.
And
So who got above a 15 besides Reba? Reba, you noticed something during that combat.
That fuck.
You know something about Siobhan. As she was about to deliver the death blow to this orc leader, even through her darkened sunglasses, you could see that unquestionably her eyes were glowing. And that's something you have never seen before with anyone.
But I've also never seen her without her sunglasses.
Correct.
Fantastic. I say nothing.
Always wears them. But yeah, you definitely noticed that.
Cool.
The rest of you just noticed how deftly she decapitated this fool, and he probably deserved it. While Garnet is unable to find anything investigating these bodies, the rest of you are able to actually find some stuff, because Garnet was like looking through their boots and their pockets, and all of you are like, they have these bags here. The only things you really find of note, you'll find 14 gold pieces, 17 silver pieces, 6 copper. You find 3 silver goblets. They are worth 2 gold each. And most of their weaponry is poor quality. You don't think you would get much for reselling it. It's nothing worth adding to your equipment. And if someone really wants to, you can add the equipment of an explorer's backpack, I think it's called. I'm trying to remember I think what it was like, explorer's gear. If not, Dungeoneer's pack is the one.
Oh.
The one who's got all the stuff of a Dungeoneer. So if you want to add that, you can. And not much in the way of rations. You kind of get the sense that this group likely just, waylays those coming across, takes what they want, and that's what they lived off of. But that problem has been solved, as they were clearly a very salty group. Is there anything else you guys would like to do or say before you head back? Anyone
I'm just going
who
to take as much of the milk route as I can.
Okay.
If there's extra, I'll plan on maybe bringing it back to the apothecary.
Mhm.
Okay. And Siobhan, you're just kind of off to the side by yourself at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I texted you something.
Yep.
I texted you something just now.
I read that.
Okay.
Is Siobhan like very clearly deliberately standing away from everyone else?
Yep. Make an insight check.
Fantastic. That's a 9.
9. Yeah, she's sort of off to the side there. Like her body seems to be like shaking a bit, even with a 9. Like you're noticing that you can't put heads or tails as to why, but there's definitely a bit of shaking to her body.
I'm gonna walk up to her. I'm gonna go ahead and cast Healing Word. Which is 1d4 plus 3. That's 7 points of healing. I'm gonna make sure that we are sort of far enough from the rest of the group to have some privacy. You're shaking a little bit there. How you holding up?
Never actually killed anyone.
Yeah, it's really something I wish we could have avoided.
Yeah, they were idiots.
You summed it up very nicely in the fight there. That guy said it was going to be either him or you, and you weren't going to let it be you. And frankly, that's sort of what the whole thing boils down to when it comes to these sort of acts.
Yeah, I thought the talking would go better. I thought we could offer the goblins some money to snort in the aisle. What is our life right now?
I don't know. I thought it would. I mean, it's sure as hell not what Kieran's doing right now.
Oh, heck, don't tell Kieran.
I won't tell Kieran. I'm not going to tell Kieran.
Never get in.
I don't need to see him faint. Yeah, I thought the talking would go better too. I haven't been in that situation in a while, and frankly, by continuing to keep talking, I just wasted everyone's time, and I got more people hurt. And you stepped up and did what had to be done. Do you want to turn back and go to the stall now? Because we can. This was supposed to be fun.
No, I feel like I have to make sure that the Chimera's taken out. Because if they're coming over here, then they can get to Ruby's Crossing. Ugh.
Yeah, I don't want anything to happen to over there either. But we don't have to be the heroes. You know, leave it to someone else. There's a good group here already. Sindril certainly seems more enthusiastic now. I'm sure I could convince her to join. We can just go home.
No, Sindril's a child. Kieran's a child. The Dragonborn is an arse. And between the wee one and the shifty dude, I think they have one brain cell that they share, maybe irresponsible.
You are used to supplying the brain cells. I do appreciate that.
I'm not even smart. I'm just not daft. If the dragon does not get his ass killed by mouthing off, it will not be for lack of trying.
So why not walk away? We don't owe anyone anything.
It's near home. It could be a danger to people. I'm like, no.
Okay. Let's take care of this then. Or your home. And before we just rejoin the group, I noticed. I know that you don't want people to point this out or ask about it, but I think if we're getting this far, do you want to tell me a bit about those sunglasses? Because I saw something I ain't never seen on anyone before underneath them.
They protect the eyes.
Your glowing eyes?
They glow when I feel strong emotion. Since I was 12. I don't know why. I try not to feel anything.
Wow.
And Reba, you would know. People are wary about unexplained magic within people.
Reba would know this, yes.
Yes, but because you were born in the Empire, and you know that in the assemblage, it's accepted, and I don't want to say tolerated, but I guess acceptance is the word to use to an extent. But it can also be something that might draw too much attention. Folks might ask people to move along simply because there's always a fear of mage slayers coming through.
Yeah.
That unregulated magic is often cracked down upon. That wizards, they're fine. They were taught. Sorcerers, it's their bloodline. As long as one can trace their lineage, it's okay. But warlocks, those who have made pacts, or the unexplained magic, that's where the issues can arise. And it's not a case of any sort of phenomena or unregulated magic. They're not always hunted and executed. But some people just don't like to take that even minuscule chance that might happen.
Yep. Clearly, I'm not going to snitch. That's not me. You know that. I'll promise you, based on whatever you want me to promise you, I'm not going to tell anyone. But you don't have any idea why? I don't care if you've got magic. I don't care if you've made a pact. You know me. You know I don't. I've got stuff in my past too.
No, it just started happening around puberty. And they took me to healers, and they took me to clerics, and no one knows what it is.
Okay.
Because it doesn't do anything. It's not like I have rays. They're just,
Yet? You said you're trying to suppress this, right?
I just try not to have it happen. I just try not to be too much of anything.
Oh, okay. All right, I see you, Cyclops. Listen, let's go drink about it.
Okay, if
And
anything,
just so you
this
know,
is Raven from Teen Titans.
I won't bug
Please.
you anymore. Let's go drink about it. But
Okay.
I fully refuse to buy into this whole don't feel anything thing. So let's get to the bottom of it in a different way. And I'm not going to tell anyone. You can keep your sunglasses on. I've seen enough trouble of what happens when people catch a mage slayer's eye. We're not going to do that. But fuck, I'm not going to let you just be small your whole life either. Come on.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about it anymore.
Yeah, let's go drink about it instead. Rejoin.
All right, I'm gonna come back to where the group is and say, actually, before it's like, have you done with the?
Collected.
you'll see that the all is collected, and I think with that, you guys can begin to saunter back to town to meet Sindel Trueshot at Dusty Boots Tavern. I think that's a good place to pick up as you wander into the tavern and you see Miss Trueshot herself as you walk in, raises a tankard of ale in your direction and just goes, "Huzzah to the conquerors!" And we'll pick up there.
Awesome.
So thank you all, and yeah, we'll see what awaits our adventurers next.